Up next from Dot Ingredients, we have Michael Fielding.
Kia ora, Michael Fielding from Dot Ingredients. It's been a long day. Some of you will be a little fatigued. I want you to take a look at the 9 photos up there and see if there are any products that you're familiar with. You might have used them in the last week. There's some of them that I hope you've used today. So the middle one there is soap. I'm likely to be shaking your hand later this evening, so I really hope you're familiar with soap. Soap is important. It was invented in Babylon about 5,000 years ago, and it was the world's first man-made surfactant. And that's what all of these things have in common. All of these products really rely on this thing called a surfactant. It's a very chemical term. You're probably more familiar with detergents, soaps, and emulsifiers. These are all just different types of surfactant. It is now a $50 billion a year industry, 5,000 years after its invention, and it is growing still 6 times faster than global population. The problem is what they're made from: fossil fuels, palm oil, and sugarcane. Solar Firm was talking about how bad sugarcane is earlier today. So the problem is that this is an ever-increasing demand, but it's a supply chain that needs to be completely replaced. Well, how do we know that this is true? Don't take my word for it. All these companies and others have been contacting us because they've heard we have a different feedstock, one that is ticking all of their boxes. It is not a foodstuff. It is half the price of palm oil. It is grown all across the globe, so you don't need to worry about wars and tariffs interrupting your supply chain. And it's so abundant that there's an excess global supply. Now, I hope you've been paying attention. I hope you're now interested in what is this magical fairy dust that I'm peddling here. After 7 years of development and $2 million of non-dilutive funding, Associate Professor Jack Chen at AUT, my co-founder, and his team of scientists have worked out how to make surfactants from wood pulp. Wood pulp is what we make paper from, it's what we make cardboard from, and it is made from the leftover parts of trees that aren't good enough to be used for anything else like timber. So we have founded Dot Ingredients to make wood pulp surfactant factories. We can do this cheaper than existing surfactants. So we already have the most advanced intellectual property and the most knowledgeable scientists in this unique emerging area. But I myself have also exited a clean tech company successfully in the UK in a previous career. And we have surrounded ourselves with advisors with many decades of experience in chemical scale-up. And particularly proud to announce as of last week that Neil Burns, the world's foremost key opinion leader in the surfactants industry, has joined as an advisor for us. So we know that we can make high-performing emulsifiers. I mentioned them before. They're used in cosmetics, they're used in pharmaceuticals, and they're used in foods and beverages. But we also have a roadmap to even higher volume markets as well, such as detergents. We raised $350,000 earlier this year, and we're now shortly to be starting to raise a $2.7 million seed round. That will see us eliminate all of the technical scale-up risks and secure distribution agreements. So it'll put us just 3 years away from being able to open the doors on our first profitable surfactant factory, able to undercut existing emulsifier prices. And within 10 years, we want to see factories in key markets around the globe because, of course, this is something that can be manufactured locally. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us. You only have to do one thing, which is to get out your phone, scan that QR code to find out some more, and then find myself and Victor afterwards. And we have some samples, which is a little bit hard to handle with the clicker as well, and we can make you amongst the first in the world to try a moisturizer made with our special surfactants. Thank you.
That is awesome, Michael. I definitely want to try that moisturizer.